Flipping hell, it's coming down now. That was pretty close. I'm actually a little bit worried. Well, hello once again. I'm back out, and this time I've parked in Honister Slate Mine. Not the Slate Mine car park itself, but the National Trust car park. As a member, it's free. I'm on my way up towards Dale Head and then on to Hindscarth, where I've never been before, and it's a wainwright, so I'll be checking it off my list. It is a fair old yomp up here. I'm absolutely knackered already. I have not got any water on me. I'm hoping to get that somewhere, probably halfway up Dale Head where there's a little beck. Just saves on carrying it up. But once I've took water on board, it's going to get heavy. My pack already is quite heavy. I wasn't going to bring my drone, but the weather's turned out different, so I am bringing it. So it feels really warm today. It's around about 14, 16 degrees, something like that. Doesn't sound very warm, but when you're walking up a hill, it's bloody hot. It's a steep one, is Dale Head. So it is, sometimes I feel really fit, and other times I just feel like a fat oaf, and I feel like I struggle sometimes. And today is one of those days, but never mind. I think it'll get easier as I go on. Oh. Stop for a little rest. A nice swig of the old Lucozade. It's absolutely boiling. So up until this point, I've had the benefit of not carrying any water up. I plan to carry it on the way. But once I take that water on at around about 600 metres, 2 litres, I think I'm going to be a lot heavier. I'm not looking forward to that. Boiling. So as you can see, there's a little gully running down here. Doesn't look too good. I should have gotten it at the stream earlier on. So I've decided against using that water out of that water source. It was just too much muck and it would have blocked my filter up. So I'll just have to find some somewhere else. Maybe it's at the top of Hindscarth. Once I'm there, I'll walk down a bit to where there's a stream and get some water. So that was Dale Head. Now I'm on the Hindscarth edge, heading towards Hindscarth itself. Somewhere I've never been before, Hindscarth. So the section of today's hike, the part where I've never been before, is the most breathtaking and absolutely took my breath away. Hindscarth Edge. Steep enough on both sides to feel a little exposed and excited, but not so much that you don't feel safe. Besides my destination of Hindscarth, I could see many of the surrounding fells. Beyond Hindscarth, Robinson, and down below, Buttermere. Then there's the mighty High Style range. As I leave behind me Dale Head, I can see High Spy, Bull Crag and Maiden Moor. And on either side of me, vast valleys open up to create epic views. I've got to say, the weather forecast was completely wrong. It might not be later on. It did say it was going to be raining, overclouded, loads of hill fog, but that's not true. There's nothing, and it's boiling. Didn't use that water from that water source I passed on the way up to Dale Head because it was filthy. So I am on the hunt for another water source before I get to Hindscarth, or on the way up. I think there might be like a little stream. I might have to go down a little bit to get it. But there's a little tarn here. I wonder if that's clean or not. Probably not. I do have my filter, and I'll only be using it for cooking and making tea, so I will be boiling as well. Yeah, so it'll be fine. Let's have a look. Not having much luck finding water. There was a little tiny tarn there, but it looked minging. So I thought I'd leave it. There is a few puddles. I think at the top of Hindscarth, off one side, there's the beginnings of a little beck, and hopefully there's just a trickle there. I only need a trickle. I've got about 300 ml of Lucozade and that's about it. No water. Most times I don't have any problems getting water, but on this occasion I'm struggling a bit. I will find some, and I'll just filter it and boil it up. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where I get it from. Ooh, a nice little shelter. So it's windy, you can go in there. So I have made it to the top of Hindscarth, and I'm looking over towards Dale Head, and it looks a lot higher than this, but it's 26 metres higher, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it looks like a lot. This may or may not interest some people, but I don't know if anybody's got an Amazon Fire Stick, and then when it goes on, when you don't use it for a while, you get a screensaver on and it puts pictures on. One of the screensaver pictures on the Amazon Fire Stick is Hindscarth, and that's this hill that I'm on now. That's what it looks like from the bottom of Cap Bells as well. And it took me a while to work out where this was. So the lakes is fairly famous, and I finally found out which hill it was, and it's Hindscarth. I've just been for some water. What a trek. I got it from just down here, where this little beck runs into the path. So I had to go down a little bit and then just run back up. Unfortunately, I think I left my hat down there. So I've got a beanie still, but my cap, I think I've left it down there. It was only a £7 one from Go Outdoors. I think I'll just leave it there. So I have found my pitch. I'm on the side of Hindscarth that you can see Dale Head and I Spy, Bull Crag, and down into the valley. It's a beautiful view. So I guess we'll see what the weather's going to be like. But I plan to have the tent pitched up before there's any rain. We may get some thunderstorms as well. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Guess we'll find out. So that's the tent up, and it's still really warm. It hasn't rained yet. I'll tell you what, I'll show you around. So I am in the Hilleberg Soulo red label. As usual, I do have my foil mat. I've opened both of the sides of the inner tent. Everything's much the same. I won't be putting my air mattress up yet. It didn't go down the last time, but that's because I didn't put it up until I was ready to go to sleep. Anyway, I'm going to have a cup of tea because I'm absolutely gasping for a cup of tea. Nice cup of tea. I don't think there's anything quite better than being at the top of a mountain in a tent with the views. Wow. So to make that cup of tea, I've used this and my 25 gram in weight little burner, and believe it or not, this was about, I think it was about £12 off Amazon, cheap as chips, and light as a feather. Well, not quite light as a feather, but as light as 25 grams, and very reliable, and packs up very small. And there you go. The kind of cooking I'm doing tonight does demand a better cooker for my skillet, so I do have this as well. I just thought the other one's better for boiling water. So I am trying something new out today, and it's my sleeping bag, and it's a Nature Hike sleeping bag. I got it about 2 years ago, and it's meant to be a 4-season down sleeping bag. It was more like a 2 to 3 for the summer. Wasn't very impressed at all. It's big, so you can like be comfortable in it and move about, but it wasn't enough filling in. So I bought some Hungarian goose down, and I got feathers all over, and the missus had to sew it up, but I refilled it with goose down, and it's fantastic. It might be too warm for today, but we're going to give it a go. So the clag is starting to come in. You can tell it's going to rain, and I think we might get a thunderstorm. I'm not going to lie, I am just a little bit worried about this. I am on top of a hill in a tent with metal poles. Probably not the most sensible place to be in a thunderstorm, but let's face it, if I get struck by lightning I won't know anything about it because I'll just be baking. So let's not think about it. I'll just have a drink instead. Right, it is that time again. 5 is in the hour and it's time for a tipple. And today's tipple is Dead Man's Finger. Now I know what you're going to say. I've already done this one. Yes, but if you remember, I didn't have any Coke, so I had to drink it straight, or I was with lemonade. And I didn't get the true mark of it. Now I have had this at home. It is on par, if not better, than Captain Morgan's, which is my favourite staple rum. So we're going to try this. I do have some Coke and I've got the cup. It absolutely smells fantastic. We'll go it in the old cup. A little bit of Coke. Been waiting for this. Oh, yes. Some grass in like. That's fantastic. Absolutely beautiful. For those of you who like spiced rum and Coke, this is one of the best. This is up there. It's got so much flavour. It is nicer than Captain Morgan's, unfortunately. Mind, it costs more. So I'm going to get straight into the score of this. Now it is really good. It's going to be a 9.5. It just so happens I found the world famous flask. I wasn't sure what I was going to do if I couldn't find it, but this has served me well. And it is big enough. Half a litre. It's like a night out. Definitely wouldn't fit in your going out jacket, but it's perfect for camping. But the weather is definitely changing. The clag is coming in. I think this is going to be some heavy arse shit rain. I thought somebody was chucking stones at the tent. Oh my god. I better get me drink in. It's going to dilute it. So I think this may be the start of the thunder showers. It's like very heavy. But I'm alright, I'm in the tent. There's no wind, so that's a good thing. The tent can handle rain. Let me know it's coming down now. I've just heard a few rumbles of thunder. I haven't seen any lightning yet though. The clag has just completely come in and the weather has turned. Visibility is in and out. 1 minute you can see Dale Head, the next you can see nothing. And the rain is coming down now. I'm hearing the odd burst of thunder. Must be somewhere distance away because it's not very loud. I'm just hoping it doesn't come this way. I've still got food to cook. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to pack up and go down. It looks like sheet lightning. This is preferable to fork lightning as far as I'm aware. Jesus, that was pretty close. My God. That was pretty close. I'm actually a little bit worried. Wow. Well, I'm closing up in my tent. I hope you can hear us over the rain. The thunder and the lightning seems to have passed over for now. I don't know if there's more to come. I hope not. I never thought much about it, but it's a little bit worrying like. The good thing is there's no wind, so I think I'm pretty safe. chances of getting struck by lightning is minimal. I hope. Always bring back the ground sheet in preparation for cooking. The rain has finally stopped and it looks like the weather's calmed down a bit. That got a little bit scary, to be honest. So I'm going to take this opportunity while it's calmed down, because I'm expecting more, to make some food. And this is what I've poured in, just to keep it fresh. And in here I have, wrapped in foil, a piece of black pudding. That's not all I have. I have some rashers of bacon wrapped up, and I have 3 sausages. And to go with this, I do have some super noodles. Anyway, let's get on with this. Let's get it done. Right, tea time. I don't know, I'm just going to eat this with my fingers. Basically it's just meat. 3 sausages, 3 bits of bacon and a piece of black pudding. And later on I'm going to have my noodles. Oh, lovely. I've got to say, the jet boil skillet is the best. Just look, nothing stuck. Absolutely amazing pan. Unbelievable. Never known anything like it. I would use one of these in the house. It's cooked everything to a T. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this. Wow, that was lush, that. Absolutely beautiful. But that frying pan, my God, if I was to recommend a skillet for using while you're wild camping, the jet boil skillet is definitely it. It's unbelievable. It opens up a whole new world of cooking whilst camping. There's good things to come. It's just starting to rain again, and I need to break the seal. It's time for a wee. Apologies, but it's a reality of wild camping. You need to pee. But I would like to introduce it to me modified Nature Hike sleeping bag. It's actually full of down, just the right amount, I think, and it's lofted quite well. So I think one is going to be fairly warm tonight. I have pumped the airbed up. Well, the evening is drawing to a close. The weather has calmed down considerably. It's still spitting, it's still raining, but I think the worst of it's past. It's time for me to go to sleep and put my head down, and I will see you in the morning. Well, good morning. It looks like the weather just passed over last night because it was nice and quiet. I got a good night's sleep. A couple of patches of rain. But yeah, good sleep overall. I'm going to get myself ready, if I can tear myself away from this lovely warm sleeping bag, and I'm going to have a cup of coffee and some pancakes. Nothing better than a nice cup of coffee in the morning. Pancakes for breakfast. So I'm going to have this coffee and then I'm going to get packed up. So the rain is just being turned on, just as I'm packing away. So I'm going to get everything together inside the tent, and then I'll put my waterproof jacket on and I'll get myself outside and put the actual tent away, and then I'll be off. So if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe, drop a like and a comment, and I'll see you on the next one.